Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hope that you guys are doing okay today. Honey, we got some tea to talk about. So, in case you guys didn't hear, yesterday actor Jonathan Majors was found guilty of assaulting his girl, acting recklessly via a confrontation that he had with his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari back in March. It's the story goes that back in March they were in a car, um, and he was looking on his phone, and she said her head was on. According to the reports, her head was on his shoulder. So they said that a phone call came in, and no, a text message came through, and the text message said something like, "I'm putting this in my own words, y'all, right? I wish I was kissing you right now," or something like that. So she looked over and she saw the text messages, and when she saw the text message, she grabbed the phone. So in the process of him trying to grab his phone, the driver had stopped. I believe he was at a light or something, so he's trying to grab his phone back. He eventually gets his phone back. He tries to get out of the car, and as he's getting out of the car, she's like, just hanging on him like like she a cat or something, right? And so he physically puts her back down in the car, then commenced to running down the street. And so the reason why he started running down the street is because she was trying to follow him out of the car. And so after he ran, and he didn't go back home the next night. But when she realized that she couldn't catch him, she then stopped. I guess people were asking her in the video. It looked like people was asking her, like, what happened? Are you okay or whatever? She was pulling her hair back, and just doing what she had to do. And she then later on that night she went to a club and ordered champagne, and charged it to Jonathan Major's card. And I guess after she came home, she was texting him, she was calling him, saying stuff like she wanted to off herself, and all of this and all that. All of this is alleged, right? And so the next and he also didn't come home that night. He didn't come home. And I guess maybe she felt away because he didn't come home. I guess. I don't know. I'm not in her brain. This is just me speculating. Um but like I said, she was calling him and texting him, saying all this off the wall stuff, probably because she was drunk, you know. And the next morning, though, he stayed at a hotel later on that night. He checked into the hotel. Thank God for video surveillance, because the video surveillance showed him running, from her, getting away from her, checking into the hotel. It showed her at the club ordering the champagne, I guess unwinding from the incident or whatever. Showed her outside talking to the people before she went to the club, just the whole thing. And also, upon him returning to his apartment, he had called the police because he didn't know if she had harmed herself or not. And thank God he had the foresight to do that, because when he went into his apartment, the police were behind him. He went upstairs. They found her in the closet. It looked like she had been asleep. Maybe she was sleeping off a drunk. I don't know. But she had on a sweatshirt, and she didn't. Her bottom half wasn't covered. So the video shows him. The police cam shows him covering up the bottom half of her body. So after she's talking to the police, I guess she's giving her version of events. He's giving his versions of events, and as a result of the events that were explained to the police, they arrested Jonathan Majors. And I was like, wow, okay. Now all this, like I said, happened in March. So since he got arrested, he went to court, and like I said yesterday, he was found guilty of this is now this Grace Jabari is now his ex-girlfriend, and his new girlfriend, or at least the woman that he had on his arm at the trial, is Megan Good. And it's being speculated that allegedly, maybe perhaps it was Megan Good that was texting him. Now I don't know about that, but I give you guys my opinion at the end of at the when I'm done, right? So anyway, they go to trial. Megan is, with him through the duration of the trial. She's there every day. He's got family members there every day, and he's got his trusty Bible in his hand. Now, child, I don't know why. I don't mean no harm, but I don't know why he had this Bible in his hand. He was looking like he was spooked. Now I remember I really enjoyed him. They had the show on HBO a couple of years ago called Lovecraft Country. Child, this remind me of him in one of the scenes in Lovecraft Country. All right, and Megan's looking absolutely unbothered, like I really don't want to be here. So I don't know if the relationship is real or not because you know in Hollywood you can't trust nothing you see, child. You can't trust nothing you see, and maybe this was she was with him for publicity, and have the like the way that they did what's that guy, the Killmonger guy, and Lori Harvey. Maybe it was that type of situation. I don't know, but whatever the case, I don't understand why he got his Bible in his hand. But okay, okay. So anyway, they had the trial, and he was found guilty of assault and harassment, right? So this says, and this is from the Hollywood Reporter. This says the verdict was reached Monday by by a six-person jury after over 4 hours of deliberation spread across 3 days. The actor is set to be sentenced on February 6th. I was like, what? He got found guilty? Child. But anyway, it says he faced um, 4 charges of assault, aggravated harassment, aggravated, and harassment after he called 911 on March 25th, right? It says when he said he found his ex partner, Grace Jabari, unconscious in their apartment, which is true. The police were with him. The police arrested Majors after finding apparent injuries on Jabari. She said he had hurt her finger. They took a finger, and they said she had a injury behind her ear. And it was a little bruise on her neck, right? Including a laceration behind her ear, like I said, and a bruised and fractured finger. Majors pleaded not guilty to all charges, right? So the story goes on to say that, well, let me say this: shortly after the verdict, because he was gaining popularity, when it comes to, um, the entertainment industry. I mean, I felt like he was set to be the next big star or whatever, the next big, like what is, I can't even think of his name, the guy that played, ooh, child. Anyway, the guy that played on Men Apart, and I can't think of the fine man's name, but he was said to be one of them, right? So anyway, it says shortly after the verdict was read, Marvel Studios dropped the actor as Kang the Conqueror from his upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe films. So he was dropped from that. He was also dropped from a movie that Disney had coming out. That his people parted ways with him. His what do you call it? His the people that I can't even think of their name. Child, I'm at a loss for words today. Y'all, it's too early in the morning. But anyway, his people dropped him from the talent agency. His talent agency dropped him, and I mean, just because of this right here, this whole toxic relationship, allegedly, that's what I'm saying. It seems that nobody's fooling with him in Hollywood anymore. And I was like, wow. But from the way his attorney was talking, it seems like they're going to try to appeal. I guess before he gets, sentenced in February. It also says that he could get up to a year in jail. But this says right here, on now the two charges that were really bad. He was found not guilty on those charges. There were on two other charges. He was found not guilty of intentional assault in the third degree, and not guilty of aggravated harassment in the second degree. And they're saying that he was reckless with her, and he didn't mean to hurt her, but when he slammed her down in the car, that's how she got hurt. But he didn't mean to it. He didn't do it on purpose, right? But when they were when I heard a little bit of what was going on in the court, and they were painting him to be like some domestic violence perpetrator and all of this and all of that, right? So I don't know if we're ever going to see Jonathan Majors on the screen again. I don't know if something happened behind the scenes, um, which I'm suspecting something probably have happened behind the scenes. I don't know if honey, somebody wanted him to lay on the casting couch and he refused. Ain't no telling what really happened for real, but it kind of sounds like Grace Jabari, the ex-girlfriend, was used as a pawn, right? And when it comes to the NYPD, they upgraded. They were he was charged with misdemeanor charges, and then those charges were upgraded. So I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? It was just like a lot. But at the end, oh, and even the driver, which didn't speak English, the driver said that he was not doing anything. Talking about Majors Sauer, I guess that's the driver's name. Sauer said of the actor, he said Majors wasn't doing anything, referencing the set of interactions between the couple in the car that night. Then of Jabari, he said, she was doing everything. So basically, the driver that was driving the car where the incident happened, he said he wasn't doing anything and she was doing everything. That still wasn't enough, you know, for him to get an acquittal. And because he didn't get an acquittal, nobody's wanting to fool with him in Hollywood. Like I said, not even his people. Not even the people that get paid for representing him. And I was like, wow, but he was such a good actor. And who know, and hopefully he'll get another chance to you know, get, to act again, hopefully one day soon. Because he's a great actor. And I hate for something like this to ruin your career. But my mama always used to tell me it only takes one mistake for you to ruin your whole life, right? And so when it comes to this situation, all I got to say is at the end of the day, Jonathan Boo, you got to be more careful. That is what I think about that, y'all. That is my synopsis of this whole situation. Okay, because I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyway, moving right along, I got another little piece of info to tell you guys before we get out of here. So this guy, you may recognize him. His name is Charleston White, right? He's all over. He's gone viral with several of his antics on the internet. He did an interview the other day with that Cam Newton, because Cam Newton's got a YouTube channel. He's very popular right now. He's always getting into something. um the Cam Newton wanted to interview him because they say allegedly Soldier Boy's people tried to jump him. They say he did get jumped when he was when he was trying to get a haircut. I mean, he's always saying this crazy stuff, right? So he's always getting his shine. He's always getting paid for interviews. But guess what's done happened to Mr. Charleston White with all his antics? Honey, he done got arrested, right? So he got arrested on one count of animal cruelty and two counts of assault. Now, when it comes to the animal cruelty, rumor has it that allegedly um he was in a having an argument with his wife or something, and the dog tried to, I guess, the dog tried to, attack him or whatever. Maybe he was being a little too aggressive, and he had to fight off the dog, right? So, and also when it comes to the two assault charges, I'm wondering, are these assault charges as a result of that altercation, with his wife and the dog? That's what I'm wondering. But some people are speculating that he may have gotten these charges because when he was doing his he's also supposed to be a comedian, right? So he was on stage a couple of nights ago, and I think they said Crawford or Coward, Texas, or something like that. Anyway, he was on stage and he was getting heckled in the audience, and he started, speaking very derogatory to the people in the audience. He singled out this man in this Lakers jersey right here. As a man is approaching the stage, he commenced to hitting the man with the Laker jersey over the head with this flower pot right here. So after he hit the man in the head with the flower pot, the man still was trying to get up on stage, and then he commenced to hitting the man in the head with a microphone. I was like, oh my goodness. So people don't know if those assault charges are from this incident right here or from an altercation that he allegedly had with his wife, right? So, but and Mr. Charleston White, he can't get out of jail to tell us what happened, do no interviews or nothing like that to get paid for because he has no bond. There is no bond when it comes to his case, right? So I guess we are also going to have to find out what happened to him. But it seems to me like, oh, and they said that the guy that he hit over the head with the flower pot, I don't know if he pressed charges or not. I don't know if the state pressed charges or not. But they said, rumor has it that allegedly the guy is planning on suing Charleston White. And I'm thinking, no, he didn't. Child, and all of these charges right here are punishable, with time, in jail or whatever, right? And I'm thinking, oh Lord, is he okay? Like they say he over 50 years old. I'm thinking, what is he thinking? But anyway, Charlie ain't got no bond, and until he get out of jail, we won't know exactly what happened. So he can go around and give his little interviews and stuff like that. But stay tuned. I'm sure it's gonna be juicy whenever he gets out of jail, child. Cause Charleston White, if you ever listened to him before, he always got something to say. Okay. So anyway, child, moving right along. Um, for a couple of days, we have been talking about Christian Keys, and the allegations that he launched against two black billionaires. And, he used to work with Tyler Perry, and a lot of people were suspecting that allegedly Tyler Perry may be who he's talking about, right? And so, but the news for today on this situation is that there was a post of response on Twitter, and he liked the response on this Twitter. So now people are questioning if he's talking about Tyler Perry or not. So this Twitter user says, it is what it is, at the goddess one. She says, watching Christian Keys, and can tell he is clearly a victim. Said only three grand to his name and violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was TP, meaning Tyler Perry. I wish Christian would have taken action. She says that man will still have his money and good name, and Christian will remain broken. So he liked that comment, right? And so because he liked the comment, people are speculating if he wasn't talking about Tyler Perry. But for me, I think it was sarcasm. And the reason why I think it was sarcasm is because he said, if you listen to what he had to say the other day when he did that hour-long video, speaking about the alleged SA that had, and harassment that had been following him via these two black billionaires. He said that he was going to be deemed the bad guy. And he said that people deified this billionaire, whoever it is. He didn't say no names at all. And so I feel like that is the reason why he liked that comment, because that Twitter user didn't believe that he was talking about, TP or Tyler Perry. But I think that he liked that comment as a means of sarcasm. I feel like that's who he was talking about, but we're gonna have to wait and see because he ain't dropped no names, right? And so, but everybody's, I'll wait. They're a buzz right now because they're assuming that he was kind of agreeing with the woman, but I don't think he was agreeing with the comment at all. I think he was being sarcastic when it comes to that because he had already said that he was going to be vilified. But anyway, y'all, that is all I got right now. Please, please, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that you will be. Oh, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you will be notified the next time I drop a video. To get some more of this piping hot tea. Okay, because this info has been good over the past couple of days, y'all. And when I run up on something juicy, I'm going to report it. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye bye.